We might be cherry picking this one out. Well, guys, they did this one in good. Got a deer this morning. Shoved the core support back pretty darn good. Surprisingly, it's not leaking anything. So, yeah, my good friend Tim, his wife was heading into work this morning and she swatted one. So we're going to see if we can bump it back out and get her back on the road. So we're going to go ahead and try popping the hood on this gem. So they haven't tried doing that yet. So we're about to find out if this thing's actually going to open. Got the old hood release. It's pretty screwed up. I'm hoping we can just pull the core support back out and slam a hood on it. But man, as far back as it is, whew, it's going to be rough. I don't know. It broke the horn, I see. It's not the end of the world, but it got our hood latch. I'm hoping. Ooh, it did get the bumper cover too. We were kind of hoping that we can get away with putting in a just a hood and maybe a grill. Might be able to put this back together. Ouch. Dang, Jess, you did her in good. Yeah, some... Maybe I'll get to... We might be cherry picking this one out. We'll probably get the cherry picker, hook a chain to it, and pull the front. See if we can get that latch to pop out real quick, and at least at that point, sort out what the hell we actually need. So, all right, guys, it's the next day. We're gonna pick back up on this Honda project here. So, like we looked at last time, it shoved right back in the intake. Did not break the intake, so we're good there. So what we're gonna do is do the old chain trick. We're gonna tie this bad boy up here. Give her a yank from a tree, or we thought about tying it to hoist, Steve. We're gonna check that out in a second, assess it. But we're gonna pull this dude loose. The radiator's already broke. It broke a tower off. It's bent, whatever. But we don't wanna make it worse, so we get this out of the way. Hopefully we just gotta hook up to both sides of this dude, and then, you know, give her a little, pull her a little bit. So that should be the fun stuff there. So let me get that hooked up and we'll get back to that and hopefully be straightening this bad boy out in a quick second here. All right, couple 10s. Take them dudes out. As long as you don't lose the socket. And then we're gonna take and pull the hood loose. We got a new fresh painted hood, so we're gonna put that on. It did bend a hood hinge, so we're gonna replace those. And honestly, guys, that's what sets everything up for par here. We're gonna line up the fenders. We'll pull the core support out accordingly, and then we'll be back in action. Do got new headlights coming. Hopefully have them, well, shortly here. So at least that frees up our radiator. Oh shit, that's broke anyways, look at that. She was holding for dear life. Get rid of those dudes. Oh man, look at that. You throw it up there and it falls right back here. Wasn't meant to be. So now we should have our, well, it still ain't free because it's pinned in pretty good. But I think we're gonna try hooking probably here and here, and that'll start to pull it, and then we'll just kind of massage this dude back in place and pull stuff off accordingly. All right, guys, we're electing to try it on the hoist. Probably ain't the right thing for the anchors, but it'll be all right. All right, come forward. Left. Or right, I mean, other left. Keep going, keep going. All right, hold on there for a sec. Go ahead and back up a little bit. We're not going to yank, just apply pressure. Keep going. Got a long chain, you got a little bit more. Keep going. Alright, hold on there for a sec. Alright, go ahead and back up. Oh, hold on. All right, guys, see how thing moved? Came up quite a bit. Kind of go up another few inches, then we'll put it in the center and focus more on there. Give her a little more. A little more. All right, hold on. All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna bang this down with a hammer a little bit. The biggest thing is trying to half-ass reconstruct this anyways. It's already brand new though, look at that. Shit, we're done. Go ahead and pull forward a little bit. A little more. All right. Let me get a hammer. All right, go ahead and back up a little bit. Keep going. Nope. All right, go ahead and pull forward. All right, hold on. All right, be kind of easy. We're pulling from the bottom. Go ahead and back up a little bit. Go ahead. Oop, hold on. Hold it right there. Need this thing to kind of. All right, pull forward. Hold on. All right, guys, we're gonna work on that for just a hot second here. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get this hood pulled off real quick. Like I said, we got to assess this one hinge. It got bent up pretty good, but we did get both just in case. But we're gonna get the hood on, and then we got to justify where the core support actually needs to be laid out at. We don't have a car to measure off of, is the worst part, and we're trying to do this on the budget. So get the hood on it. At least we can line up the damn hood latch, right? Doing this solo. My shop hand left for a minute, so shouldn't be that big of a deal. It's pretty light, chintzy ass hood. All right. Try to break the windshield. That's the hole for me. Ooh, crook. Yeah, this son of a bitch right here. I forgot that guy. It'll be all right. It'll come right off there. Just so we can pop it through. I already got the hose unhooked, like I said a minute ago. There we go. That's all it was. See? Now, the hood is off. Yeah, we'll have to transfer over the washer nozzles and all that stuff. So, like I said, we're gonna get that worked up. And the hood hinges. Let's get to those. All right, a couple 10 millimeters down there. I'm trying to show you here. Got those on both sides, and them hinges will be out of our way. We did get a couple fresh units here, wherever the hell I put them at.
What do you do?
Let's see here. All right, guys, couple bolts down here. Looks like 10 millimeters. Swap our new unit out. Like I said, this thing's all twisted up here, so we got to put them on. And it does give us a little more adjustability where the other one's fixed, so hopefully it'll help us out lining her up. Oh yeah, they got them glued down too. Looks like they seam sealed the hell out of them. But you see why we're replacing it. Look at that. She's got a little cock to her, you know. If you try lining that up, you see. So I basically shoved her back, so good thing we didn't hit the windshield though, huh? All right, let's get this put on. All right, same thing for that driver or passenger side there, guys. See where the paint flakes off? Kind of an indicator that she's tweaked. So that's another reason why we're throwing this other side on as well. These are kind of a pain in the ass to do while holding the camera, but we did get the one on there. We're throwing that other one on right now for you. But yeah, where it's at, it's real tough to see, but there's only a couple 10mm bolts, no big deal. Get this slammed down and get that new hood resting in its place. All right, guys, got our shiny new hood. Look at that. Almost shinier than the car. All right, not too shabby. Paint matches up pretty decent. We're gonna go ahead and set her down. So with this guy here, the hinges actually are adjustable. They slip in and out where the hood is fixed. So we're hoping it's good, because the hinges suck to get to, so we don't want to fuck with that. So let's see how she closes. We got this nice little dude right there. We just gotta watch, the biggest thing is watch our gaps, because we don't want no overlap. Just like that. See, that looks like absolute hell. So we're gonna have to, slide the hood forward a little bit, but I guess the way this bumper cover kind of goes, this side ain't terrible, but we do gotta come over a little bit. And then, yeah. Maybe move this out a skosh, but it's kind of tough to justify because of the way the bumper cover sits, but we know we're overlapping, so let's get to tweaking. All right, we got the hood lined up pretty darn good. Gap's pretty decent. It gets a little tight here because we got a dent. We're gonna try popping that out once the headlight's out. Again, we're more worried about the other part of it first. Just a little bit of finessing those hinges. So what we got to do now is we got to work on this dude. So yeah, it's a little rough. We're going to square her up as best we can. Got to get that hood latch actually working. So that's the next step. And then we are going to probably use a come along and thread some bolts in and try straightening it out just a little more. So they do sell replacement ones. The problem is you got to literally cut the front half of the car off. Probably, you know, it's a more effective way of repairing it, but a lot more costly as well. And this is a budget ride. This thing's got 362,000 miles. I mean, it is a Honda, they run forever, but it's gonna do this hot rod just fine. Give her a couple more days to live. We know she's a little high right here when we pulled on it, so we're gonna give her a bang her down a little bit. All right, so like we were saying, a couple spots here we're gonna try pulling out. We got to come along, maybe a washer or something. And then also we're just going as a pry bar, and we got a little strap with a hook. You can try pulling some of them other spots out. And then we got to go ahead and rotate this dude here. I don't know if we can do it by hand. There's some wiring, you just got to watch out what we're doing. But this dude may just twist perfectly, or may not. Nope, double wall. We're gonna go ahead and give her a pull from the bottom, but we also got to kind of eyeball up our latch. So it is tipped back a little bit, but depending on how that hood comes down, it might, like I said, we have nothing to go off, it's the worst part. So you just kind of play with it till you get it right. That's what she said. All right, guys, got the come along out. We're gonna try hooking it a little bit on here and give her a pull. We gotta twist this dude. Not much to catch, we're hoping. You just gotta give it a little rotation. Might slip off, but you know what, might not. So hopefully, put a little tension on that, we can crack it with a hammer. Kind of relieve some of that stress. Pulling quite a bit, actually. Too bad you can't. We need to get to this one fastener, really. That's where our hood latch goes. I guess we're gonna set that on there and see how that looks, and then we got to work on these edges here for our grill support that we don't have. We still got to get one of those dudes, it looks like. So, all right, we're going to pull these fans off too. Just give us as much clearance as possible. If the, I don't think the tranny lines are hooked to this radiator, and if they're not, we're going to just pull it out. The AC condenser, these things are pretty pliable. You'd be surprised. This thing will bend right back. It didn't lose any refrigerant. She's still looking good. Like I said, usually you can give them things a little twist there and they'll bend right back. So hopefully we can get away with that. Save them some more money. But our fans both look like they're broke. We gotta check that. See if we need to order some new fans or not. There's one. So yeah, we figured, we've seen they were smashed up, but you see it's broke right there. This thing's all busted to hell, so that sucks. You see it was trying to work, right? Huh? What we got left? Just this radiator fan here. I don't know how the hell this thing ain't spraying coolant everywhere. plugs. Yeah, look at that. There's our other fan. Chewed right up from them trying to come on. All right, guys, I want to show you how easy these things bend. The radiator's shit, we know that, but we're taking a piece of wood and just kind of shoving against the condenser and using that as our kind of a prying aid. And they bend back, like we talked about earlier, pretty darn easy. We got to move quite a bit earlier. Now we got a hood in the way. Get this out of the way for a second. All right. You see she's still got a little wave to her, but definitely a lot more usable. I mean, honestly, this bracket and that one are pretty decent, so we're gonna try giving her just a little bit more, but it didn't lose any refrigerant, so that's badass. So we're good to go there. So the AC is still gonna work good, be nice and cold for her. We just gotta go ahead and try giving her just a little bit more, but I wanna show you how easy those things bend, so it's how you can get away with a lot of times. But again, the radiator's garbage. It broke them towers off, so nothing's really gonna hold that dude in. Plus, she's got a nice strip in the middle where the fans kind of drove into her, and you can see where the one was rubbing on her. So I have no idea how I still got coolant left, but what the hell, it did. It made it here. So let's see if we can get this straightened out and hopefully get them brackets fixed up for it. All right, so we got the hood latch back in operational order. Had to kind of finesse it a little bit, but it's minty fresh. Bumper cover, again, we're trying to be on a budget, so we threw a little fish plate across the back, a couple button head bolts. I mean, they're stainless, they won't rust. So we want to pop the grill in, at least what we have of the grill, just to kind of get some satisfaction here. So we got, I see now after the fact, we knew we were missing an emblem, we got to find that. I think she said she has that somewhere in the car. And then we're missing this upper chrome piece. And there's also a cover that goes along here that'll hide all my, we're gonna say body work, but you know what it is. But we were able to line up, I'll show you this part real fast. The radiator dudes line up pretty decent. So you get them lined up to their holes, and well, shoot dang. Let's see. Let me get you a light here. You can see a little better. All right. So you can kind of see now that hole's lined up, and that hole's lined up. And then once you do that, and we push this radiator back, the peg is gone, but by all means, it's going to work out just fine. So that's what's important. We're going to go ahead and pop this grill in, at least get that out of the way, so we can finish that part of it up. So we can close the hood and see what the car's gonna look like. We still have new headlights coming. We gotta figure out how to get them up. I really think we meant to pull the bumper cover. I'm hoping not. So we're gonna take a look and see if we can find a YouTube video tell us how to do that. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's see how this thing pops in there. It should just snap right in place. And then I know that chrome piece screws across the top, a couple screws here and there. It's definitely tweaked a little bit, but by golly, I think she's in. We'll set this hood down and see the full effect here. Not too bad, other than our hood's, you know, nice and shiny. We're gonna work on this stuff a little bit. There is that piece missing that holds that down, but I think it looks pretty darn good because that'll support the back of this. Nice wash, and she'll be looking minty fresh. So that's what's important. So yeah, we're gonna get ourselves the rest of those parts, guys, and get this thing slammed out. All right, guys, we got some more parts for our Honda finally. Got another piece of our grill and our radiator and our fans, and by golly, she's gonna become a car today. We're missing one piece. We've been waiting a week for one piece, so we're chiming back in a little late. We're gonna wrap this project up in this video, but we're still waiting. There's a chrome little trim piece that goes right across the front, and by golly, that thing's on back order. So hopefully we can slap it in when the car's done. We're gonna find out though. But I did put this back piece in there. You can kind of see it gives you like a nice little honeycomb effect. Got that all in there. So got some fresh new headlights. By golly, we're getting there. We got the radiator, like we said. We got this upper header panel piece. Now we're gonna get her up on the hoist. So guess what? We watched the YouTube video, right? We gotta pull the bumper cover off to get the headlights out. We were kind of thinking that, so we got her spun around, got her on the rack. We're gonna take her up in the air, bring you along for that. All right, guys, so we got a Phillips head screw there, and then along the bottom, we got a couple push pins. Oh, we're missing a majority of them. There's a couple more. And then another Phillips head. According to what I watched, you know, because sometimes we need a little help, we're gonna grab this dude right here and give her a little yank. There is some support pieces here. I ordered some, and I think we might be missing them yet, so that might hang us up, but at least we can get these headlights out, get the rest of the stuff buttoned up until those things show up. All right, we'll get this Phillips out here. Like I said, we got a couple push pins across the bottom. See how those units come out. All right, so we got some push pins under here. There's a handful going across this guy, so we got to kind of attack them and kind of get the gist of that. Let's get your old panel popper out. It's kind of what they look like. An exploding rivet, whatever you want to call them. Push pin, Christmas tree, you know. The key is not to break them so we can reuse them. If not, we'll get new ones. These ones are kind of a bugger. All right. There we go, one left. We can see if this bumper comes off like they say. If it does, it'd be by all means one of the easiest bumper covers. Except for like a Chrysler 300, hell, them you pull into a snowbank and they stay. Oh yeah, guys, we got some live action. Perfect, let's pull this thing back down, get her in arm's reach. I think we can get her done. All right, so you give this dude a little yank, you hear something's breaking, comes right loose. Oh, look at that, hold on, check this out. Oh, what I got going? Stop poking us. One left under the headlight. Probably your headlight bracket's broke. There it is. Hey! All right, guys, we got her off there. You can see our headlight support pieces. Them are definitely broke. We did order some of them. We just got to see where the heck they are. I think we have a 10 millimeter here. We got one up here for the headlight. I'm thinking that whole unit will come out of there. Let's see. Same thing here. This shouldn't be too bad. I think these must bolt to this piece here. So we're gonna go ahead and straighten that a little more. And then we do have, so we gotta get this part on there, but there's this guy that'll go across there for the top of the bumper cover to hook on. So, oh, let's see. Yeah. Let's get to it. Okay, see if we can get these headlights out of here. That one broke off, so that was quick. Have to deal with that, dude. That's, since our front piece is broke, I think that's really it for our headlights. Gotta make sure we disconnect our bulbs. Hopefully give us a little more room here. Let's see. All right, so there is a piece on this piece here. We're gonna go ahead and remove those. That should give us a little more room. There it is. Just took a little wiggle. But you can see the bolts, they got a nice little shoulder on them there. They're pretty unique, just so you don't crush the plastic. There she is. Oh man. Look at them bad boys. LEDs. Not even in all the way. Look at that. Cool. Let's get the other side pulled out, and then hopefully we can start reassembling some stuff. All right, we're gonna pull this last headlight out, and then we're gonna put this dude in. And of course, we're stuck. So USPS shows another day out for these damn brackets. So we got these, and we're waiting on the chrome piece. So hopefully we'll get them, and then we'll be ready. I do have to change the radiator still, but I was trying to get the satisfying part done. Like, nobody cares what that looks like. We want to see the outside. And then we also got a nice dent. We're going to see if we can get this to pop out here. Shouldn't be too bad. It's pretty subtle. There you go. You can see it in the glare. I think that's where the deer's big-ass head hit it. So, either way, let's get this headlight out, and then that bracket mounted, and should be it. Now the real question is this headlight in all the way. Kind of funny, the other one just kind of fell out, and now this one's being a stubborn SOB again. Well, by golly, they don't make these the easiest damn things to unplug. Making me look like a rookie right now. There it is. All right, so we got that. We have the other headlight. I guess we'll try pulling this bottom piece off this one. Maybe that'll help me this time. Well, that's broke too, so good thing we're replacing that. Is this the magic trick? Hey! Hey, this headlight's in all the way. That's a positive thing. So if you look at our plug here, I got this little clip here. Just push these little tabs in, and then unplug our two headlight and our marker light, and see it's got the old LEDs. These are, I ran into this current specific, so make sure your positive and negative is the right way. I've installed it, it didn't work, and I'm like, what the hell, you know? It can plug in either way. Flip the plug over, it'll work. So we're just gonna steal some of our bolts from the lower headlight brackets. And this thing actually lines up pretty good for the damage that was done. It's not bad. So we'll get our bolts started. And it's plastic, it's pretty forgiving, so. The old trusty 3/8 gun out. There we go, we're in. All right, let's get to that radiator and then we'll throw all this back together when the other pieces get here. All right guys, we're trying ourselves some PDR here, some paintless dent removal, so look at that. That is like brand freaking new. Who said I wasn't a professional? I'm just messing with you guys, we got lucky on that one. But that did turn out, so like there is still a small spot there, but that's a million times better. I'm sure Jess will appreciate that. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get this radiator pulled out. Take your cap loose. And honestly, ours is still full, believe it or not. But she's mangled. Well, maybe not full, but you know, there's a little bit in it anyway. So there's a drain at the bottom. Give her a good twist. Well, we're gonna get pliers. We got our drain bucket underneath there already. Honestly, we got lucky, so there's no trans cooler. There's that blue coolant. You gotta love the old Hondas. Looks like washer solvent. That stuff's pretty wild. I don't know if you guys ever seen that before, but it's it literally looks like blue washer solvent. I'll show you in a second. Alright, so while that's draining, we're gonna go ahead and get rid of our hoses. We gotta put new clamps on. These things are pretty rotten. But you know, for a car with 360 some thousand miles, I mean, it can be rusty. But really, the car is actually in decent shape. The inside's clean, the outside's clean. But there we go, get that upper out of the way. We're down to a lower. There is a sensor in the bottom, probably a coolant temp of some sort. We'll show you that. We got to transfer that to the new radiator. We got our new fans. So it should go pretty smooth. So by all means, guys, if you haven't seen these before, they are hose clamp pliers, and these things are a godsend. Whoop. Worth the investment, especially these damn spring clamps. Oh, this clamp is being a bugger. Definitely gonna put a worm clamp on that one. Okay, so we'll let that finish draining out. We'll get this thing pulled out. All right, there she is, folks. You can see where the fan contacted it. She got a little pizzazz to her, you know. I see these big rubber knobs on the bottom. We'll transfer these dudes over. Should be pretty good. Get this out of our way. Oh crap, guys. I'm just kidding, we pulled our sensor already. All right, radiator's in, fans are in. I'm gonna top up the coolant. So a little trick I'll show you guys. The old paint strainers work out nice. We're gonna strain this antifreeze back in there, use what we can. We don't have any of the blue stuff. We always use the all makes all models. It's kind of a yellowish tint. It's not meant to change the color of the coolant. So kind of one of the reasons we like to use it, but also if you're using it strictly that, it kind of sucks to see as well. So we're gonna go ahead and top the reservoir off first. And then that other stuff will blend right with it and you won't even know the difference, so. Make sure you fill it up to cold. We're right about there. I got a special funnel for radiators. We're gonna see if we can cheat and just use this for now. It'll probably fall over. Yep, we're gonna get the right tool, guys. That ain't gonna work with the shit. All right, guys, got my fancy radiator funnel. So I feel like I got gypped because right after I bought this, they came out the clear one. Lyle Tools makes it. Oh, they're in a partner around it. But what's cool, your little radiator attachment. The clear one's ideal because you can see it from the window if you're watching from inside, but we'll manage. It's got a little plug even. So we'll go ahead and, like I said, we're gonna take the rest of the coolant and just kind of reuse what we can. I want you to see this stuff. This stuff is like super blue. But what's cool is you can fill this thing right up. But obviously we don't want to go over our funnel because then it serves, you know, it doesn't serve a purpose. All right, we'll let that settle down. We're going to fire this bad boy up, let it run for a minute, see if them fans kick on like they're supposed to. All right, we got the blue stuff in. Kind of see some of the crap in there, so we got all that out anyways. Could have been from my drain bug, could have been from whatever. So we're going to start this thing up, and then we will add some more coolant, let her run. Hopefully she touches right off. It should. It drove in, but you never know. For 300,000 miles, guys, this thing runs super good. Yeah, we got glorious hard water up here, so well water, you know, so we're running the old 50-50. Yeah, I get it's a waste. You can buy distilled water, all that stuff, but this is just easier. But you can almost see how transparent this stuff is. Like I said, it's not meant to change the color. But yeah, you literally just let her run. She'll bubble up, drink her down. And then once it's full and the thermostat's open and everything, and if this still has coolant in it, we could take that plug right there, stick it in there, and lift that out without losing all our coolant. About the handiest thing. All right, guys, we're just gonna, thing's still running here. We're gonna just dust down some matte black just to kind of dull the look of this down. It ain't the right way, but it just, honestly, when you pop the hood, it won't be as pronounced. And like I said, we're still gonna look for that cover here across the top, but at least that way it'll kind of blend everything in. You can see our coolant starting to turn blue, so any minute now them fans should be kicking on. We did locate another piece. Goes on right here for the air box. We did have to drill some new holes because this thing was kind of modified, so we set up a couple holes. At least we'll get that all held in place, so. Well, finally got a couple more pieces to the puzzle. We got our lower headlight brackets we've been waiting for. Ironically, we ordered them offline, waited like a week and a half, and we ended up having to order them from the dealer and got them next day. So, who would have thought? And actually, believe it or not, the dealer was like $2 or $3 higher. So at that point, we should have said the right thing and did that, but we don't have any Honda dealers nearby, so we had to drive a little ways, but we got it. We did get the upper radiator sport cover, so I'll cover up all my, we'll call it body work anyways. So we're gonna go ahead and get these brackets slapped down. We did throw one on. We'll show you that quick. And then we still are waiting on a Honda emblem and this chrome piece that goes across. But it will be here, I promise. And we're gonna wrap this project up. Let's get this bad boy going and get these headlights mounted. I mean, fortunately for you guys, this is gonna be like maybe 25 minutes, but for me, it's been like a month waiting for parts. I mean, if this is a more common vehicle for the area, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal, but we want to jump onto our fun projects, you know, where we're sick of this kind of crap. We got our super secret LTD. I'm just kidding, ain't much of a secret. We want to get that going, hopefully get some content rolling on that shortly. We've been working on it a little bit for you guys, so. And we had a little race we did. So we've been pretty busy trying to keep my car and the kids' car going. So on top of that, fixing Deer X for friends and installing transmissions. I mean, it's an action-packed. So, while we wait for the other stuff, at least we can go ahead and get them headlights mounted. That'll be the biggest thing. And then when we get the last chrome piece, the worst part is I don't think we can install it from the front. I think we have to wait till the bumper cover. Well, wait for it to be off anyways, and then put it on the back, and then kind of, you know. And hopefully it goes in like factory. And make sure we double check our bulbs like we talked about. Them LEDs can be wired in backwards real easy. And then try not to drop the new headlight. That's always the best part too. And I'm assuming the orange wire is positive, so we'll put that on the positive side. Hopefully she slides right back in her hole. We don't want to take this off all the way. We just want to make sure it's not in our way when we go to pull it off later. Last time this piece was broken, so I'm not sure if that goes on after. I don't know. It might have to go on after. I'm hoping we don't have to screw with it, but sure looking like we may. Ah, look at that. Hard to look at that car again, guys. You know what? We'll just be careful, right? Hell with it. Couple bolts. Not too shabby, guys. So I go ahead and straighten this piece out here until that hole lines up, and our bumper's gonna latch on just right. Sweet, let's get the other one in. Don't look too bad. The gaps, I did adjust the hood a little more, so I got the gaps looking a lot better. They went in pretty nice. Everything kind of laid out good after we finagled a little more, but it is it's ready for that piece for the bumper. And then we can wrap this project up, like I said, 9 freaking times. So, bumper cover, we're done, guys. That's all it takes. Just waiting on one piece. Well, 2 pieces, but you know, whatever. It'll be here soon. So, We'll bring you back in just a bit. Hopefully it's like that. And just like that, guys, the piece showed up. Holy crap, I swear to God, I got on intergalactic back order. Intergalactic, it's just been gone forever. That's all we needed. The problem is you can't put it on the bumper cover from the front. It goes, all it does, it just kind of goes here. Like that, that's it. But the problem is you gotta do it from the back side, which means you gotta take the bumper cover off. So the whole time, this we were waiting on. Let's get it put on and we can finally get the bumper cover on and right out the door. Let's get to it. All right, the key is to not drop this. Look at that. Fortunately, I had some screws laying around. They're gonna work just fine. Got a nice washer on them. The old P2 Phillips should do the trick. One-handed with screws in the same hand, you know. Throw them down for a minute. This goes in just right. Fits good anyways. And just like that, we got a screw in. We're gonna go and finish this up real quick. We got our emblem, we gotta put that back on and get it popped in the grill. Or excuse me, in the bumper there, so. All right guys, we're gonna go ahead and get this bumper cover put on real fast. Hood up. You know, honestly, if you're not a Honda guy, and I'm not really either, but the coolest thing I've ever seen, they got a little square hole there, and they also have one right there, so you can actually put the prop rod in another hole and it sticks the hood straight up. So you get all the light. So that thing is pretty freaking cool. So, back to what's important. We got the grill in. We're waiting for the very end for the emblem. That's like the, you know, slapping the stamp on the old envelope. So, this guy should kind of fit right there. I got Gavin giving me a quick hand. Kind of just snaps in. Here's a little snap, crackle, pop, you know. Just like that. Right. And we got a couple screws we got to put in on the bottom side. But man, she is looking sharp. We're gonna go ahead and see if we can wipe this down for her too, make it look somewhat presentable, you know. Let's get this hood shut down and see if we can get the rest of that wrapped up. All right, part number alert. So if you guys ever run into these Hondas, they have a very unique clip for the, you know, right across the top here. It also does the bottom under there. So kind of unique. Here's part number for you. It's a Parts Master part number. It is made by a Vico, so I'm sure Vico sells them individually as well. We get them in the, you know, the 6-pack, and you need 7, you know, because that's how they get you. The final piece. Just gotta get the little pins to line up. Look at that, guys. We are back to a Honda. We're going to wipe this thing down and make it look new. It's going to be premium. All right, a little splash, some slick mist. Now keep in mind this hood's been dry for like a month, so we're good, guys. Normally you'd let the old clear, you know, kind of firm up and sit in daylight, but we've had this one for a little while, waiting for all the misc pieces. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing cleaned up, make it look brand new ski. Well, 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 the day has come. Finally, this thing is gonna leave my yard. You know what, guys, it turned out pretty good though, I think. We were able to repurpose that bumper cover. We were able to save them a few bucks by all means, and honestly, it wasn't that bad of a deal. I mean, you see in the horsepower is a little but we got her straightened out and everything's sealed up, looking good. AC working really well, and fans are doing all that good stuff too. So I want to get back to the Ford. We're going to work on our LTD, you know, our LS swapped LTD. So on that note, guys, we're going to wrap this thing up here. I appreciate you for sticking around for this one here. Let us know what you guys want to see. More of this kind of stuff with the collision repair. We've done a couple of these, couple deer hits. We're starting to, you know, kind of do some swap projects. So let us know. Thanks, guys. We'll see you on the next one.